It's a holy day if you're a Lexus enthusiast. Today, June 8th, Lexus reveals the all-new third generation GX as well as the all-new first generation Lexus TX, three-row crossover meant for large families. But we have news coming out of Japan talking about their next supercar. They dub it the LFA2, could be called the LFR, and these new details are looking very promising. Over at Best Car Web, Japanese scoop site, the best source of information for upcoming Lexus vehicles and Japanese vehicles in general, especially when it comes to Toyota and Lexus, which are one of Japan's largest companies, if not like the most important for their industry over there. And let's get into the Lexus LFA2, what I'm calling the Lexus LFR, equipped with V8 4-liter, 900 horsepower. This seems way too out of control for Lexus. Lexus is so conservative, but they made the LFA once upon a time one of the best supercars ever made. So it's not out of their realm to do it. It just sounds very unlikely. So let's get into it. Will it arrive in the summer of 2025? It could. First of all, let's look at the design. Well, they have trademarked the design of the LFR. It's based off the GR GT3 racing concept. So it won't look quite like this. I think there'll be some differentiations, especially at the front end. But it is, regardless of whether it looks like this or the GR GT3, it's going to look stunning. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Back in November 2021, Best Car let us know that the LFA Successor was under development. And it's been about a year and a half since then. They have more information. They say they have definitive information, not only on the design, but also on the contents. 4-liter twin-turbo V8. That's something we see in the Germans lineups, twin-turbo 4-liter V8. Audi S8 was the last vehicle I drove, twin-turbo V8, with the same 4-liter displacement. Now, they originally thought it was going to be a plug-in hybrid, but now the information is solidifying that it'll just be a standard hybrid, not a plug-in hybrid. And the engine alone is expected to produce at least 700 PS, which I'll put what that is in direct horsepower for us Americans, but it's around 700 horsepower, which is absolutely insane. When I was working for Lexus, they were talking about twin turbo V8 coming in the product stack to be used in many different vehicles, but that never materialized. It looks like it might only be available in this one vehicle. Now, then they were saying, and this was like 2018, mind you, then they were saying that it was around 600 horsepower for the twin turbo V8, but they keep developing this thing behind the curtains. So they're looking at potentially 700 horsepower for a Lexus, but that's before electrification. And then you add the electric motor to it. I'm assuming it's a single motor hybrid. I just don't know at this point, but they're saying could have around 900 horsepower. And, Toyota and Lexus don't want to jump into full battery electrification. They feel like the internal combustion engine has plenty of life to give. And with the help of electrification, we could be seeing some new things and new power outputs that we've never seen before from the company. In terms of the chassis, well, they compare it to the LFA. The LFA just used like a carbon fiber reinforced plastic tub. But they're saying the LFA2 is going to be a combination of aluminum and a carbon body. Well, that makes sense from a cost perspective, and aluminum's already super lightweight for a metal. Carbon fiber is extraordinarily expensive. If the whole vehicle was made out of carbon fiber, then prices would be quite astronomical. So this is a cost-cutting measure, but it's not going to really hurt performance too much. All right, now this is kind of lost in translation. They're saying since it is not like a limited number special edition car like the LFA, just 500 units. That's why they're mixing aluminum with it, because they want to be able to market this thing for many years. The LFA just had 2 years of production from 2010 to 2012 and 500 units. So my guess would be something like this. They could be selling 500 units a year. And we'll talk about price as well in a little bit. But they're saying the drive system is front engine, rear wheel drive. No all-wheel drive we're expecting anyways. And they're adopting a rear transaxle like the original LFA. If we go to a list of famous front-engine, rear-wheel drive powered cars with a rear transaxle, we have some legends in this series: Nissan GTR, LFA, Ferrari 5, etc. The Corvette C6, C7 are on here. Those are just some of the recent vehicles. There's only just a few that are currently in production: GTR, Vanquish, F12 C7, rest in peace, AMG GT, which this car is going to be directly aimed at. AMG GT as well as Porsche 911. And the Portofino also uses a similar layout. Other than the rear transaxle, we have no information of how many speeds this transmission will have or anything like that. My guess would be an 8 to a 10 speed. This tagline, this title here, one machine filled with all the master test driver Morizo. So we know Akio Toyoda stepped down as CEO. He is now the chairman, but he's still going to be involved in testing cars. But the series of crowns was kind of a love letter from Akio Toyoda as he stepped out of office. One last home run because he has a special spot in his heart for the Crown series. And this vehicle seems to be his last home run attempt for a performance car from the Morizo master driver Akio Toyoda. Goal to start production is summer of 2025, and development is progressing smoothly. They're saying it could actually be before 2025, but guys, when was the last time a car came out earlier than what we were expecting? But don't forget, since this car was the concept of a GT3 race car to replace the RCF, it will have a 500 horsepower variant, probably available from the factory as well, with better brakes, even maybe a more aggressive aerodynamics, etc., like we see from the 911 GT3s. Talking about pricing of this new Lexus supercar, around 20 million yen, and it's significantly cheaper than the LFA at 3.75 million yen. So the GTR Nismo cost about 29 million yen over there in Japan. The NSX Type S was about 28 million yen. Lexus, they're saying in terms of pricing, is slightly above the LS for that market. Now, just because it costs 20 million yen or thereabouts in Japan doesn't mean it's going to cost that here in the United States. It's just anyone's guess at this point. I would say minimum 150,000 to be honest. But a car that is real and available right now is a Lexus LC. And we just got some additional, like a special edition essentially called Edge. And it is, I believe, only available for Japan in very low volume, but there's some exciting additions for the LC this year. This is maybe the third or fourth video that I've incorporated the updated and like refreshed LC in, because more information keeps coming out about it. So here is the special edition Edge in Hakujin white, and Hakujin literally means white person in Japanese. Don't know how they can get away with that, but that is quite funny. Now, there's not that much different on the outside. You see these canards or canards, however you want to say them, on the front for aerodynamics. It has the carbon fiber rear spoiler on it. But I want to go over this piece right here. So check this out. This is only for the Edge special edition car, which is in very low volumes. It has a completely aluminum hollow suspension member in the back. So better performance, more rigidity as well. So that's really cool to see. Hopefully we see that in next year's LC500 for all the models. That'd be great. Okay, so this is, I don't know if I've seen this on a LC before. This is typically like a chrome or high polished aluminum piece. It's blacked out here, which that looks awesome, to be honest. I love the 5 split spoke wheels here, the 20 inches, and then we have the carbon fiber door sills. And we have a blue interior for this white Hakujin white special edition. Notice the rear exhaust, which is typically like a polished color or like a really chromy polished aluminum. It's all blacked out, which looks great. The highly reflective chromy bits, plastic bits on top of the rear taillights is also blacked out. So this is one of the best looking LCs from the factory, no doubt. The front grille is blacked out as well. Typically, this is more of a silver color. And then look at this Kachiiro. I probably butchering that. Kachiiro interior. This dark blue looks almost like an orchid color. So beautiful. I don't know what else to say. I really want to see it in person. They are adopting hub bolts, which improves performance, reduces weight a little bit as well. And there you go. Hub bolts are now on the LC500, at least for the special edition. I'll read to see if it's available on all the models now. Here's the new touchscreen. Yes, it's kind of a sore thumb. It doesn't sink into the dash like the old models, but hey, it's a huge step up in terms of functionality. Absolutely. Gone is the touchpad as well. Gone is the clock too. I wish they would have found some way to incorporate the standard clock in there, but it is what it is. Here's this nice dark rose interior color. It kind of looks like an F Sport, like a Rioja red interior color. We've had red on the interior of LCs before, so not too big of a deal here. And then this is also a new colored blue and white, which looks very much like the special edition convertibles we've had in the past, actually. Just so beautiful. Oh my gosh, so stunning. I would not want to ever get into this because I feel like I would dirty up the white, but it looks so pretty with the blue contrast. And this is a new top as well for the LC convertible, nice red top. It would look good with black. Don't know how it would look with yellow, but looks good with white. And it would probably look good with the new blue color. So they call this heat blue. We call it ultrasonic blue mica 2.0. Heat blue would be a hell of a lot easier to say. But this is traditionally reserved for F-Sport cars. And then if we look at the copper crest or the sonic copper in other markets, just stunning. Very, very beautiful. I really want to see both of these in person, even though I've seen LC 500 in structural blue, and this color can't hold a candle to the structural blue, but it's good that we have a solid blue now for the LC 500. And there is the copper crest looking amazing. Okay, so here are some of the updates. The engine mount characteristics of the LC 500 and convertible have been changed. Rear suspension member attachment points have been reinforced. In addition, the convertible has improved rigidity for adding tunnel braces and reinforcing underfloor braces. That's a lot. A lot of people like to dog on the LC 500 convertible because it's not as tight and responsive as the standard model, and it never will be because it's a convertible. But look, they're continuing to improve every single year with the LC 500, even though it's never received like a true refresh with design. We get improvements, whether it's a technology on the inside finally or handling characteristics of the vehicle as well. So adopting the hub bolt with a washer to fasten to the wheel, the fastening force has been improved, and by setting normal tires as standard, we have achieved both a comfortable ride and handling performance at a high level. Specifications of the coil spring stabilizers and shock absorbers have been optimized to improve ground contact and steering response, resulting in more linear and smooth vehicle behavior. And they've also revised the automatic transmission control, making it its schedule or shift logic that is closer to the driver's will and will have achieved a pleasant drive feel with excellent accelerator response. I'm very excited to see what it behaves like now. Holy cow, this seems to be quite a big deal here. All right, in order to meet the needs of customers seeking sports driving, the Integrated Driving Stability System, VDIM control, is set to expert mode. As a basic setting, the VDIM control is turned off, leaving the maximum vehicle control area for the driver. But the control intervenes when the vehicle behavior is greatly disturbed. So it sounds like it'll let you be more of a hooligan in the LC 500 with the 5-liter V8. But in addition, by adopting an automatic transmission oil cooler, it suppresses oil temperature rise during circuit driving. So now you can actually take it for more than 2 to 3 laps around a circuit without it overheating. That's something that has plagued the current LC. It's not that many people are tracking them, but I've been on the LC 500 around Sebring as well as Toyota's track outside of Plano, Texas. And yeah, it's not set up for continuous abuse on a track, but at least now they're trying a little bit with an automatic transmission oil cooler. That is awesome. All right, let's read about the Edge Special Edition in the Hakugen White. Body rigidity has been dramatically improved by newly developing a rear aluminum hollow suspension member and adding an underfloor brace to the front. In addition to the fixed rear wing, they have further improved aerodynamic performance by adopting integrally molded bumper canard. It looks like they further tuned the suspension with this special edition as well. I like how they say the exterior color is Hakugen, inspired by the silent silver world of light and shadow. What does that mean? If I don't even go down that road. So it's actually a matte white, which is kind of hard to see in the pictures, that accentuates beautiful modeling with fine grain. Okay, so with this purple interior, the Kachiiro, and it's been handed down as a color of victory since ancient times. Now, will we get this Hakugen White Special Edition Edge in the United States? I highly doubt it. It only seems like they're making a few dozen of these things. So just 60 actually for the Edge edition. But I want to see those improvements shake down into maybe the next year's model with the hollow rear suspension piece. But man, I cannot wait for tonight, where Lexus reveals the GX and TX. I'm actually seeing the vehicles. I can't say anything about it. Obviously, I'm under embargo until 8 p.m. tonight Eastern time. So that's what, 5 p.m. West Coast time. And man, all I'll just say is I'm going to have a great time at the reveal ceremony. And I will provide as much content as I possibly can on the vehicles that they have on display here in Plano, no, in Austin, Texas. Plano's the headquarters of Toyota, so that's what's on my mind. But thanks, guys, for watching. Good times ahead. Lexus hitting home runs. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Have a great day and peace.